All right, it's time to look at community notes on Twitter. They have been implemented and they are working. They are doing a brilliant job and they are currently making the left wet themselves in fury. We got a little taster of that in the previous segment when we saw a few insufferable leftists posting on Twitter about how monarchy bad, fancy clothes bad, people having fun bad, and being community fact-checked with the community notes saying fun good actually, monarchy good actually. And
Have you tried enjoying life?
yes, so this is good news, but there is bad news that comes along with this. And have you realised what this bad news might be, Callum?
No.
We might be out of a job.
Oh, good, finally.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good news for you then. All right. I suppose I'm going to have to retrain in something. I'm going to have to pick the guitar back up, start busking,
All right.
busk my way back home, all the way back up north.
Is the world perfect? We no longer have to talk about it?
No, it's not that the world's perfect. It's just that our job as being people who, point at leftist lies and go, "Dis a lie, though," is now being done much more efficiently by community notes.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad. Well, to be fair, I say we might be out of a job. It actually makes our job far easier.
We can enjoy their tears in real time.
Yes,
Immediately after they post, they then start tearing up.
that we can. And on the subject of people having fun, you should check out some of the recent videos that we put out on the website, including this premium one of the Epochs, which was the capstone to the series that Carl and Bo had been doing on the Assyrians, where they actually went to the British Museum and they looked at artifacts from the Assyrian Empire. And it's very cool.
Carl was telling me about this. Apparently, they're the original S posters, where they would just carve themselves as Chads and then carve their enemies as Wojaks.
Oh, are these the ones where I see all of the memes of you've literally been making fun of us for thousands of years?
Yes.
Excellent. And if you want to check that out, you can do so on the website. And if you want to access the premium content, it's £5 a month starting out. So why not? You're not poor, are you? If you're not poor, then you have no excuse not to pay us £5 a month. So there you go. If you're not
Sounds like blackmail, but okay.
if you're not poor, you have to prove it by paying us. So there's your incentive, lads.
All right, that's the weirdest sell I've ever heard, but
It's true, though. Anyway, so the community notes were set up quite recently, and they've started to really come into effect. And for those who don't know what they are, we pointed some of them out in the previous segment. But if you post a tweet that's obvious nonsense, people who have signed up to the community notes feature are able to point out that it's obvious nonsense, at which point they can also add a bunch of links to prove that it's obvious nonsense. And other people who are nonsense recognizers can also add a thumbs up, and if you, as somebody who's not signed up to this program, decides that this was a very good debunking of obvious nonsense, you can click on it and you can say this was a good post. And this is where I think the right wing has a vanguard of weaponized autists online that have been underutilized. They've been kind of hidden away in 4chan for years and years and years at this point, and then
now they're back.
And now they finally have found their place in society. That's right. We're sending the charge,
the Pepes
boys.
are back.
The Pepes have returned. They might as well add a little Pepe where it says readers added context instead of the little blue fake non people there. We just need a little Pepe. We just need little happy Pepe with his glass of wine, just saluting. Just readers added some context. Like that. So this is one that was featured in the previous segment, which was the Spot the Difference. And for anybody who has no idea what the difference might be, for somebody who looks at this and goes, but it's just a load of people. If they just look at it and go, well, one's a big crowd of people.
One's my hand, one's my other hand. No difference.
I know, no difference at all. And then if you scroll down, they added the context is that the people in the UK weren't forced to be there. They weren't literally forced to be there with a nice convenient link.
Yeah.
And from the same person again, Retard Watch continues, the one that we pointed out, and then the context here was just pointing out for the last 134 years, the head of the state of the United Kingdom has been a woman. So not particularly male privilege, although the left will still be furious about it, I'm sure.
We also deleted the male privilege line from the line of succession. So it used to be that it was the first male heir would get the line of succession, and then I think it was when William got her pregnant, and then they were worried if it was a girl or a boy. They decided to abolish that it would be the first male heir, and now it's just the firstborn. So,
well, it turns out we still can continue to function in some form of useful useful way, despite community notes, because we're adding even more context to this.
There you are.
There we are, earning our paychecks. Thank you very much. Remember, if you're not poor, give us money. Carry on.
Again, this just sounds like a mafia shakedown.
No, it doesn't sound like a mafia shakedown. It's a simple equation. The equation is you have money in your bank account, give to me.
Okay.
There you go. Simple as.
Maths. Quick maths.
Maths. That's right. North FC maths going on right here. We had this one from the last segment as well. Africa's Stolen Wealth on display, which we already talked about how it was corrected. This set somebody off, though, this particular correction. And it's hilarious because people have started to recognise, hold up, all of this fact-checking is being done from right-wingers in a right-wing direction. As we saw that the country became right-wing for a single day, all of a sudden all of the fact-checking is right-wing as well.
No, the truth is right-wing.
Yes, but that's the problem, isn't it? That's the kind of the point that's being brought up here, which is, well, everything the left says, it turns out, is a complete lie. And so it is kind of up to the right wing to point out that it's a complete lie. And then when it's pointed out that it's a complete lie, the left stomp their feet, have a little wee in their pants, and then they go, Nazi! Nazi! This is an amazing one from Mackay, whoever this person is. Community notes is some BS akin to Nazi propaganda of burning books and
Silencing.
silenciing critics. I suppose this is obviously a very multicultural man right here.
Or dyslexic as me.
Yes, this person is here talking about stolen wealth, and there it goes talking about some Aussie who designed the carriage. Off tangent. No, the point was, he said, this is Africa's stolen wealth, and the point was, no, it was built in Australia in 2010. Nothing to do with Africa. But no, dis-Nazi. Dis-Nazi, though.
I mean, this isn't even to say that there aren't right-wingers who occasionally say some stupid stuff.
Obviously
or,
there are.
You know, a lie. But what's funny is that everything the left says, as you point out, has to be community noted at this point.
Because everything they say and everything they believe is a lie.
I don't know. They went down this path willingly to the point where they're sitting there being like, yeah, you know who the most innocent people in the world are? Criminals. You know what a woman is? A man. And it's just like, you know, thing after thing after thing.
Community note, a man is not a woman.
You know, cannons can't hurt you. But, you know, thing after thing after thing, any ideological point that they've stuck their feet in over the last 10 years has just been factually wrong. But they've got away with it because they've controlled the systems
They've controlled the
information.
media. They've controlled everything. Twitter was theirs for a long while.
You know, centrist buys it and allows people to fact check you with reality now, not because I paid people at
And
USA Today.
not like a Facebook way where they outsource it to some other captured institution.
Paying USA Today their salary to fact check your enemies. I mean, that's not
neutral. Once again, if you just let right-wing autists do their thing, they will literally solve all of the problems in the world.
We will find Shia LaBeouf. We will steal his flag.
We will just do it. And there's nothing you can do to stop us. There have been some issues, though, although the reason why this particular one happened is up in the air right now, because it could just be due to different people who are part of the community notes in-group arguing over it, because, of course, I joke and say that it's all right-wingers. There will be leftists trying to implement this as well. The problem being that when leftists try and fact-check, they just lie more. So if you're doing this for the sake of truth, and people who care about truth are involved in this project, which is what it is. It's a project, realistically speaking. You sign up and you become part of the project to try and bring reality back into order and try and bring sanity back into the world. So this one might be just a case of different people on different ends of the political spectrum arguing about this one. But this is related to a segment I did last week where I was talking about the death of St. Floyd's progeny, the sainted angel Jordan Neely, who was choked out on the New York subway because he was just trying to do a moonwalk or something, nothing to do with him attempting to assault people or anything like that. But this was a tweet where they said he was 30 years old, black men deserve to grow old, and then people pointing out in the community notes, this is a 2012 video of him, it's over 10 years old, he was restrained by 3 individuals in response to aggressive, threatening behaviour, etc., etc. So this one seems to be up in the air right now is what's going. Yep, here is the truth once again. Here is my lie, here is the truth. That's generally what you can trust on the community notes for being at the moment.
Because there are just so many goddamn leftist lies.
When we speak about paid-off fact-checkers who were already institutionally captured, I asked a long time ago on one of the segments, who fact-checks the fact-checkers? Well, turns out the community notes do. Right-wing
PolitiFact
autists
are
to
getting
the rescue
fact-checked.
again. PolitiFact, yes, are getting fact-checked. It's wonderful, because this one was about AFT president, Teachers Union president Randy Weingarten advocated for reopening schools with pandemic safety measures. So people are saying, oh, she didn't want the schools to open ever again, etc., etc. And they go, well, actually, she said it's fine with pandemic safety measures. Scroll down, community notes are, actually...
Here's a million links of her saying, keep it closed.
Yes, and...
All closed, boys.
If you click on it as well, I think... Well, no, not click on the thing. Just click on the community note so it opens more. It seems this has been updated since I originally put it on, because actually, maybe the tweets have been taken down because the community notes just had 5 or 6 tweets of hers where she said we need to keep the schools closed, which is absolutely brilliant. And if we get to the next one, I don't know if you've heard about these people. This is Harry Sisson. He is a Biden stooge who is paid off by the DNC, essentially. Obviously, not directly. They're not directly giving him the money, but they're giving money to all the management companies and other such things that
And then
employ
give him
him.
the money.
And then they give him the money.
Yeah, totally different.
Etc. He's the sort of person who, who was able to do a TikTok with Barack Obama, which I'm sure that anybody, just any old TikToker, is able to do. And he did a video talking about how I'm definitely not paid off, guys. MAGA trolls have claimed that I'm paid by the DNC in the White House. That's not true. And there's a video of him going like that, because that's what they do. They do all of the hand movements.
Yeah, I really don't like the TikTok etiquette of how
Well,
to get
it's theatre
attention.
kid. It's
Yeah.
theatre kid mannerisms, isn't it?
But it's also just the things they're learning to try and get attention. There's also a TikTok accent, I don't know if you noticed.
I've not noticed that.
It's very Californian. Like, you make yourself sound dumber for some reason.
I think it might just be that all of these kids are Californian.
Maybe that too.
But if you want some really good information on this person, other people like him, and like the whole grift of all of these TikTok influencers who are all supposed to be grassroots and come up from nowhere and then suddenly have millions of followers, get millions of views, all shilling for the DNC, I would recommend you watch Nuance Bro's most recent video. I don't know if you saw that over the weekend.
I saw he's been haggling with this.
Yeah, he's been haggling with this person on Twitter Spaces. They've been in struggle sessions, and Nuance Bro did an excellent job breaking down all of the ways in which the money is flowing to these people from the DNC all the way through to these influencers. Obviously, like I say, lots of breaks in between, so it's not directly traceable, because if you do have direct money, either TikTok will ban you from being able to do them, or they will delist your videos, or they will shadow ban and basically do everything it can to demote them, so they make sure that they don't have to put it that this is a political advert, and also people will just be less likely to click on them if they're a political advert. But if you go back to it, they just pointed out, so in late 2022, Biden's campaign team connected with young social media influencers, including this person, and then Sisson recently signed with Pallet Management. Pallet received more than $200,000 from the DNC in the last 8 months, so brilliant use of the community notes there. And no one is safe. No one is safe, because we had black replacement to Jen Psaki, whose name I can never remember because it is French.
Diversity hire.
Diversity hire, yes. If you go to the next one, please, John. Jean-Pierre saying, when it comes to illegal migration, you've
That's
seen
actually her name.
I assume so. I assume that's her surname. It's French. You know what the French names are like. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't want to have to subject you to French, but this was necessary. No, I'm sorry. She was saying that it's come down.
Buy me lunch next week.
Illegal migration has come down by more than 90%. Community Notes says no. In fact, it says it's at record highs. March 2023 saw a 25% increase in border crossings. Beautiful.
I mean, this one's a unique one because the press secretary is a professional liar. That's your job. You have to go out
Yes.
there and defend the president no matter what he's done, no matter what he said, no matter how wrong he said it either. And, okay, that's a thing. But you've got to be really, really good at it to be even slightly effective these days, because she's really, really crap at it. She comes out with statements like that, oh, it's gone down 90%, and it's like, it just hasn't. Demonstrably. This isn't a debatable topic of, like, what is the case.
Even if you didn't have the community notes, that's an obvious lie.
Yeah, but it's also a statistical thing we can look at because you measure it in your department. It's not like a philosophical point in which there are two sides to the story and we could create some ambiguity and, oh no, the president really meant this. It's like, no, you just gave us a statistical fact, which is really wrong.
And
like
thankfully,
really wrong.
We don't even need to be the ones to look into this because Community Notes will do it for us.
Up 25%.
So thank you very much for that, Community Notes. 4chan user Pepe, if you're out there, thank you very much for that one. Biden himself got fact-checked with this incredible post. This is what happens when you invest in America. Jobs created by president, average per month.
I can't believe Trump would do that to America.
I know, I can't believe that Trump literally fired hundreds of millions of people. Oh, wait, no, it's COVID-19. COVID-19 shut down the economy, shut down the country, and then then they reopened it, and then all of these new jobs come from that. Thank you, Community Notes. You're doing the Lord's work. And then, most importantly, it gets Clintons as well. We've not got Hillary yet. I would love to see a Hillary Clinton fact check by the Community Notes. That would be incredible. But no, this one was from Chelsea
Rest
Clinton.
in peace, Jeffrey Epstein. He did not rest in peace.
Chelsea Clinton saying over 50% of the attempted book. You know the lines. Oh, book bans, gay people, oppression, transgenocide, bloody bloody blah. Community Notes. If you could just do my job for me, please. If we scroll down, the book has explicit pictures
porn.
in it. It's porn.
They're
Yeah,
porn in the schools.
They're putting porn in the schools to turn your kids gay.
I mean, I know that line there, right? It has always been a meme of what the right wing is screaming.
But it's true.
Yeah, I mean, but
It's true, though. It's true, and now we have Community Notes to prove it.
I was watching, Come Town, the podcast.
What? You were watching what?
It's one of the biggest podcasts in the world. Anyway,
Did you say Come Town?
Yeah, that's the name. Anyway, so
Carry on.
there's three guys. One of them was joking about he's going to write a sketch in which Homer Simpson gets red-pilled, and Marge just has to deal with him coming up with increasingly right-wing nonsense to mess with her. And one of the examples he gives of the right-wing nonsense Homer comes up with, which is did you know that they're putting porn in the schools to turn Bart gay?
It's true, though. You meme reality, but then reality just gets worse and overtakes you. It's impossible to keep up. Then the last one I'll point out is this man, Mehdi Hassan, who just started whining. He got fact-checked, and then he started whining, it's all just right-wing people. It's just evil right-wing people. Because he put out, white people kill other white people at almost the same rate. Black people get the per capita meme, please. Just somebody find the per capita meme. They just don't want to acknowledge it. Gets fact-checked, and then this person again, Mehdi, goes, if you had any doubt that Community Notes has become another weapon of the right, blah-de-blah-de-blah, all the Community Notes does is point to the actual Community Notes guide page on Google, which you can find very, very easily. And then he just finished off his little whining session with this one. In the next link, please, John, where he just goes, reminder that Community Notes and context on Twitter is largely right-wing. Why, yes. Yes, they are. And what does that say about the left? Your entire worldview is a lie. Everything you say is a lie. You try to contort reality to your lies, but it doesn't because it's reality. So instead, right-wing autists that have come from 4chan have to correct you every single time. So please, if you do not want to continue being embarrassed by Community Notes, I have a Community Note of my own for you. Just stop.
If you appreciated that segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium contents on the site, such as the premium articles, this one on the new sovereignty, with an audio track for silver and gold tiers, of course. If you'd like to find out what else is being put out, you can follow on Getter at lotuseaters_com on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.